All right, guys, we are moving right along. We are on to the AFC North Division. Honestly, I believe this is probably the best division in the AFC. I know the books have 3 coming out of the West and only 2 coming out of the North. I disagree. Even though Cleveland is probably the worst team in this division, they still have a playoff caliber defense. Their offense might sputter, although Joe Flacco might move the ball surprisingly better than anybody thinks he will, because he's Joe Flacco and he knows how to play football. But we're going to get into this right now. We are going to start with the Bengals. The Bengals. Look at their 53-man. Now, obviously, they did figure out their shit with Trey Hendrickson, which is good. They did get Trey figured out, so he's no longer holding in or holding out. Also, real quick, 7 Brew. Oh, love their coffee. If you have a 7 Brew near you, I highly suggest you go. One just opened up near me, and I'm already fucking addicted as hell. Addicted as hell. So fucking good. Not kidding. Fucking amazing. Alright, let's get into this. Cincinnati Bengal offense is going to be potent as hell. They got a pretty decent offensive line, although their right side is ex-Bear piece of shits. So, Lucas Patrick at guard, Marius Mims at tackle. That is not a good right side of the offense. Plus side, Joe Burrow, really good at getting the ball out really quick. Another plus side, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Andre Yoshivas. Very good wide receivers, very good at getting open right away. Chase Brown, Samaje Perine, very good running backs. Samaje Perine is very underrated in the pass game. He will help solidify that offensive line. He will help keep Joe Burrow upright. He was fantastic in his other stints with the Bengals. I believe he's been with the Bengals more than once now. I believe he spent some time with the Chiefs. No, he's gotten around. He's a very good player. He's a good old veteran. And Chase Brown is a very good young back. And they also have, looks like Taj Brooks, which I think he's a second-year running back. So they got a really good running back room, along with Joe Burrow, Jake Browning, who is a really good backup when Burrow gets hurt. Although, as long as they can keep Burrow upright, he should put up a shit ton of points. Jamar Chase is going to have a monster year because they're going to need it, because their defense is going to give up a lot of points. Because they have BJ Hill, who is hurt. Shamar Stewart, who did not make the starting lineup. He is the second string left D end opposite Trey Hendrickson, who is the right side. We got Miles Murphy in front of him. And then some guys in the back end. Some guys, they cut Jermaine Pratt and didn't really do much to solidify that. So expect their defense to give up a lot of points. Expect Joe Burrow to have to score a shit ton of points to stay in games, and it still might not matter. They open up against the Browns week 1 at noon on Sunday. I would expect the Bengals to win, but the Browns always play them hard. Like, divisional games between the North is always tough games. I never count anyone out. So it should be a fun game. I don't know if the Bengals defense can stop the Browns. As sad as that is to say, I don't know if the Bengals defense can stop the Browns. Like, I don't know. I don't know if they got enough. Like, just sorry. Like, your offense looks great, guys. Offense looks great. Bro, that defense needs a lot of work. A lot of work. But let's get into the schedule here. Like I said, I think they're going to open up week 1 with a win, which will be nice. It'll be different for them. Should go 2-0 after Jacksonville. Minnesota. So if you haven't heard, Jordan Addison's going to be out 3 weeks with suspension, so he won't be back till after the game against the Bengals. And I'm hearing that Justin Jefferson won't be ready for week 1. If he is, he will be on a severe snap count limit, so he may or may not be good to go by the time the Bengals game happens. He could try to go week 2 and re-aggravate something and be down for a couple weeks. Like, you never know. Right now, I'm going to give them a win against Minnesota just because Minnesota's wide receiver core is so banged up and they're playing with a kid at behind center. Like, until Minnesota proves that they're not in the dumpster with this new kid, that's where they're going to be. I haven't seen JJ throw a pass in the NFL for a regular game yet, so until I see that, I got no confidence in him. So that's how we're going to play it for these predictions. As far as I'm concerned, Minnesota is going to be cheeks this year. All right, they start out 3-0. They go to Denver. That's their first loss. Monday Night Football against Denver. I'll say Denver takes that one. Denver's going to have a monster team this year. Denver will have a monster team this year. At home against Detroit, they will lose to Detroit. They're not going to be able to stop Detroit. At Green Bay, that's another loss. So 3-3 versus Pittsburgh at home. I'll say they win that one. Thursday Night Football. 4-3, 5-3, 6-3 going into the bye after the Bears. Although no, they're not going to lose to the Bears. At Pittsburgh, that's a loss, 6-4. At home for New England, loss, 6-5. At Baltimore, I'll say they split with Baltimore. They lose at Baltimore, 6-6. They're going to beat Buffalo and then beat Baltimore at home, 8-6. And then at Miami, it's a little win, 9-6. And then at home for Arizona, 10-6. 10. I think that might be enough to make the playoffs. If it's not, and they've got a fight against Cleveland in that last week, we'll say 11 wins. We'll say they have to fight for it, and they have to get that 11th win week 18 to get to 11 wins. 11 wins for the Bengals. All right. On to the Brownies. Again, I could not find a logo where I took this off and it didn't look like ass. And I wasn't going to do it with just a stupid brown helmet. So I went with the cool dog, but it's got the white background. Get the fuck over it. Get over it, kids. All right, on to the Brownies. Honestly, their defense is going to be great. Browns defense, it's going to be great because the Browns defense is always great. Myles Garrett's happy, and he takes about a second and a half to get to the quarterback on every fucking play. And I think Mason Graham is going to be an excellent addition to this team. I think that draft night trade to get the fifth to drop back to number 5 and pick up all those draft picks was a fantastic decision. Yes, Travis Hunter would have sold a lot of tickets. Mason Graham is going to be more impactful next to Myles Garrett for the next 4 years. 4 years of Mason Graham denting the pocket for Myles Garrett to make a beeline for the quarterback. That is going to be some nasty front four. Nasty front four play. And you got Malik Collins and Shelby Harris rotating in with Mason Graham. No, yeah, I'm liking this this front four. Nice rotation built up. They always got a really nice secondary with Greg Newsome, Denzel Ward, Grant Delpit, Devin Bush. Yeah, no, I'm always liking their defense. Their defense always plays hard. Like they're much like the Bears in that respect. Like their offense might be cheeks, but their defense always comes to play. So they've always got a chance when it comes to the Brownies because their defense always keeps them in games, and that's why I'm a little. Like I know I've got them losing both games to Cincinnati, but they could very easily take both. All they got to do is stop Joe a couple times. And like I said, I'm not sure if Cincinnati stops even the Browns offense. Like, I don't know, man. But let's get into it here. All right, week 1 at Cincy, I already got them losing. Week 2 at Baltimore, that's a loss. Week 3 at Green Bay, that's a loss. Week 4, they're hosting Green Bay for week 3. At Detroit week 4, it's another loss. Hosting Minnesota, Sunday Night Football. We'll say the defense shows up there week 5 and takes down Minnesota. 1-4 to open up the season. Not good. And then you got Pittsburgh, Miami, and New England going into the bye week 9. 1-4. We'll say 3-5 going into the bye. 3-5. No, 2-6 going into the bye. 2-6 going into the bye, and that is when they switch to either Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. Honestly, I would rather see Shedeur Sanders, but I'm not sure if they're going to let him. Coming out of the bye, they go to New York. Probably another loss, 2-7. Baltimore, another loss, 2-8. At Las Vegas, another loss, 2-9. Home for San Francisco, another loss, 2-10. Home for Tennessee. They'll win that one, 3-10. At Chicago, lose that one, 3-11. Home for Buffalo, lose that one, 3-12. Home for Pittsburgh. You know what? I'll say they spoiled Pittsburgh, 4-12. And then at Cincinnati, Cincinnati's going to need it. They're going to lose it. And 4 wins. 4-13 for the Brownies. Oh. That's first overall pick territory. They might get Arch. They might get themselves Archie. Archie. All right. Well, Brownies are going to have a shitty-ass season. On to the Ravens. On to the Ravens. Another one. This logo was just too cool. I didn't want to do the ugly little Raven head. I wanted to do the cool fucking shield. And I couldn't find one without the logo on the background. And even when I saved it after I was able to get rid of the logo and then resave it, it still popped back up with the fucking logo again. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just throwing it up with the logo. I don't care anymore. Next year, when I have more time, I'll make it look prettier. All right. This year, I'm in a little bit of a time crunch. We got the season right around the corner. Next year, I'll have a nice little PowerPoint presentation to look all sexy, make you all fuckers happy. All right, let's take a look at the depth chart for the Ravens, because let's see what their wide receiver room looks like. Tylan Wallace, DeMontez Walker. We got DeAndre Hopkins, who looks like he's banged up, but he'll be fine. Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. I like their wide receiver core. Tylan Wallace is underrated. I think he's a pretty decent little guy. And then really good tight ends. Really like their offensive line. They've been building that shit for years. One guy leaves, another one just walks right in, like Roger Rosengarter, Tyler Linderbaum. It's just awesome. Andrew Voorhees. Like, these are all guys that we considered with the Bears in the second and third round. And they're all second and third round. I think Linderbaum was a late first round pick, if I remember correctly. Linderbaum was a first rounder, but Voorhees was a second rounder. Rosengarten was a second rounder, and they're starting caliber offensive linemen because that's what Baltimore does. They find really good players at the back end of the first round and the second round, and they become really good, solid starters. And that's why they got to keep paying all their players. Hell, Bateman got money this offseason. Kyle Hamilton just got his big fat contract. He got like $100 million. Very well deserved. He is a fantastic safety. Phenomenal safety. One of the best in the league. Yeah, I don't see many holes. Their new kicker, we'll see how he does. Replacing, he's a piece of shit, but still one hell of a fucking kicker. And trying to replace him is not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but good luck, Tyler. Good luck to you. All right, taking a look at their schedule now. Open up at Buffalo Sunday night. I think they're going to win against Buffalo. Go to Cleveland, another win. Go to Detroit, another win. At Kansas City, I believe I had Kansas City winning that one, so we'll say 3-1. At home for Houston, at home for Los Angeles, 5-1. Going into the bye, that must be nice. Coming out of the bye against the Bears, they're probably going to smack that ass. 6-1 at Miami, 7-1 at Minnesota, 8-1 at Cleveland, 9-1 at home for New York. We'll say that is a look-ahead game because they've got Cincinnati coming up the following week on Thursday Night Football. So we'll say the Jets get the jump on them and take them down for their second loss of the year. That will give them a record of 9-2. Right? Yeah, 9-2. Then they're gonna beat Cincinnati Thursday night to go to 10-2. They'll beat Pittsburgh, go to 11-2. Lose to Cincinnati the following week on the December 14th to go to what's the 11-3. Yeah, 11-3. And then at home for New England, 12-3. At Green Bay, 13-3. And then at Pittsburgh, week 18 will not matter, so they will sit. And Pittsburgh will probably win it because we're going to find out if they need it, but they'll probably win it. And they'll finish with 13 wins. 13-4. Gonna blow the crap out of that projection. In my opinion. All right, up next and last but not least for the AFC North, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers with their new fancy schmancy quarterback, Lord Aaron Rodgers. The sports books have them at 8.5 wins because Tomlin never fucking ever does not have a winning season. Why would he start now? Oh, that's right, because Aaron Rodgers is an old piece of shit that's going to fuck up his entire locker room. That's why. I completely forgot. Running back room. Got Jalen Warren starting. Caleb Johnson is his backup. And then Kenneth Gainwell is the third running back. He will also be in a lot of pass down situations. He is a very good pass blocker. He did that a lot for Jalen Hurts. He is a fantastic pass down situation running back. So is Jalen Warren. And then Caleb Johnson should take up all of that slack from what's his name? The running back that left. The one that went to the Chargers. I can't fucking remember his name right now. But Caleb Johnson should pick up all of that slack. Like, all of it. Why is that not... Okay. I don't know why it was being weird, but I turned that back on. Sorry. It was bugging me. But they did get DK Metcalf, traded away Zach Pickens, Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, Ben Skoranek. Bro, you guys need better wide receivers. If Ben Skoranek is on your second line, that's gross. Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, Zach Frazier, Troy Fatanu. Yeah, they got a pretty good offensive line. They should be able to keep Aaron upright for the most part, as long as he can get that ball off quick. Although, like, he's only going to have, like, deep passes to fucking DK and then checkdowns to fucking Pat and Jalen Warren. Although their defense is fucking awesome, so they won't need to score a shit ton of points, and that's like the whole idea. That is the whole idea for Pittsburgh, is they won't need to score a ton of points because their defense is awesome. All right, so Cameron Hayward is still there. Got Keanu Benton, Derek Harmon, who he had a sprained patella, I believe. The tendon that's right underneath your kneecap. He got a sprain there. Nothing's torn. There's no damage. It's just a sprain. He'll be out for a couple weeks. It's nothing serious, but you did see people fucking crashing the fuck out on the internet over it. Like, it was fucking hilarious. And then I have been making joke memes about, oh shit, I forgot to, I'm so sorry, Steelers. I am so very sorry, Steelers. There you go. We got your logo up. I apologize, Steelers fans. I very much apologize. I'm very sorry. But, I have been doing a couple of funny meme things for, if you don't follow me on Twitter, my X account is right there at the top of the screen. It's Glow_sports1. I made I retweeted a pretty funny Patrick Queen meme that I saw, added to it. I thought it was pretty fucking funny, and I only got 2 fucking likes, so all of you right fucking here, alright? All of you. If you saw that, you didn't leave me a fucking like, right here. But on the back end of their defense, got Darius Slay, Deshaun Elliott, Juan Thornhill, Joey Porter, Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, no, they got a pretty fucking stacked secondary. Really nice front 7 with TJ Watt, Patrick Queen, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward, Keanu Benton. Like, no, they're gonna be getting after it all year long. They will be a pretty solid, hard team to beat, especially on the defensive end of the ball. Jack Sawyer gonna be coming off the edge behind Watt. Like, no, they've got some ballers in the defense. If you don't know who Jack Sawyer is, he played at Wisconsin. He is a great linebacker. He has phenomenal ball skills. He just knows where to go to get to the ball. Same with Nick Herbig. Like, they know how to find the ball. And I mean, you can't ask for more than that out of a linebacker, especially an off-ball linebacker. Get side to side faster than his 40 time would say. Like, and you can't ask for more than that. All right, let's get into this schedule here. Sportsbook, like I said, has them at 8.5 wins. Let's see where we can get them. All right, week 1 at New York. I'm gonna say Justin wins. I'm gonna say Justin beats you 0-1. At home for Seattle, 1-1. At New England, 1-2. At home for Minnesota, 2-2. And then your bye week, week 5. That's rough. Early bye week is always rough. 2-2 though going into the bye. at home for Cleveland, 3-2. At Cincinnati, 3-3. Home for Green Bay. Aaron's gonna lose that one. Sunday Night Football. Basically because Micah Parsons is going to break Aaron in half that game. So 3-4. 4-4 after Indianapolis. 4-5 after Los Angeles. 4-6 after Cincy. 5-6 after Chicago. 5-7 after Buffalo. 5-8 after Baltimore. 6-8 after Miami. 7-8 after Detroit. 8-8 after Cleveland. And then they are going to need that last game, so they are going to fight hard. 9-8. 4-game win streak to finish off the season and get that winning record. That is my prediction for the North. Well, I hope you liked it. Please give me a follow. Well, first, give me a like. That's what I would really like. Give me a like. If you enjoyed my content, give me a follow or subscribe. Like I said, this is number 3 of 8. I will be up next in a few hours releasing the South for the AFC, and then the NFC is coming out next. That will all be released on Sunday, and then a recap video will be released Monday morning, and that will be it until Thursday when we go live for pregame for Cowboys and Eagles. Cowboys and Eagles. All right, I will see you in the next one going after the AFC South.